Hello everyone, Micah Fights with Friends, and it is Bellator 232. It is time, finally, the finale of the Bellator welterweight tournament and the rematch of Rory Macdonald and Douglas Lima. MMA with Friends, the home of UFC 244. Don't forget about that. Saturday, UFC 244 will be giving away a $50 Amazon gift card. Details on that still to come. On how to win that. What's going on, everyone? Rory, what's up, Boxing MMA 365? Rory, I can't go against the Red Kings. Needs to protect that face. Easier said than done. I'm excited for it too, man. McDonald's has been looking straight at Lima for hours now. I love it. All right. Well, we are on, guys. He finally moved. See? Eventually he was going to move. And for those of you trying to learn Spanish, DAZN also actually has this in Spanish too. Or if you speak Spanish, I guess. I accidentally had it on Spanish. I was like, what is going on? So prelims just finishing up. And it's not just Rory Macdonald and Douglas Lima tonight. We got Nick Newell fighting tonight. Who, of course, was on the Contender. He was champion of a World Series of Fighting. Or I don't know if he was champion. He was undefeated until he fought Justin Gaethje. Then ended up losing on the Contender Series. Gets a long-term contract with Bellator. And he's just coming off of a fight. He just fought. And he's back in there also tonight. Kimbo Slice's son, Baby Slice, getting it done. So that should be interesting. He's entertaining to watch. I've watched him. He's very entertaining. For those of you that haven't seen him.
Guys, Mike with Fights with Friends.
Sorry about that. I'm glad you guys got an alert for this because this stream of mine is hard to find. What's up, Tara Braskin? Let's do this. Yes. Let's do it. Big card, though. I'm going to bring it up here on my screen so we can go over the entire main card coming up. And we got some trivia tonight. And what about UFC 244, the BMF being back on? Thank God. I was starting to panic a little bit. All right, so first fight coming off will be Baby Slice, Kevin Ferguson Jr. versus Craig Campbell. Then you got Nick Newell versus Manny Muro. Patrick Mix. This guy's undefeated, 11-0. He looks sensational. He's probably one or two fights away from a title shot. At 135, he's taking on Isaiah Chapman. Paul Daley taking on a late replacement, Saud Awad. And then, of course, the welterweight championship and the $1 million, Rory Macdonald and Douglas Lima. Rory looked a little more like Rory his last time out. But I don't know. He still doesn't seem like the Red King of old. I'm not sure. What's up, Pulse Resurrected? Pulse says Lima. How about Askren, guy? Sucks, huh? Pretty much, man. I mean, he's had 3 fights in the UFC. He got knocked out in the first one. If you go back and rewatch it, then the second one, of course, he got knocked out in 5 seconds. Now he gets subbed. That just shows, I mean, he doesn't suck. He was away for a while, but that just shows, I think, the skill level difference in MMA. As soon as he went in there with Rory Macdonald and the way he was fighting, I was like, man, this guy's going to have issues because he only wrestles. I mean, you can't get away with that in today's MMA. I mean, Damian Maia, he's one of those, the last guys that has that, that single skill set. But he has, he's done some things to add to that. He has some striking. Yeah, he's not going to outbox a lot of people. He could outbox Ben Askren, but so could I. I'm pretty confident of that. But, yeah, that just shows you, though. He was in Bellator, then he was over at 1FC, and just not a very good fighter. Imagine Lima versus Tony Ferguson. Oh, wow. Yeah. Rory gonna win tonight, says Damon Stout. What's up, Peter Gallagher? Will the Bellator main card be streamed on YouTube? It is on DAZN, and I'm not sure if it's on the Paramount Network tonight or not. Because apparently I don't actually have the Paramount Network anymore. I used to, and they took it out of my package. Not sure why. Maybe the best fighter to never won a belt. He's right up there, man. See, that's the thing. If you have just wrestling, you can out-wrestle somebody, especially if you're going 5 rounds, you have to not get finished for 25 minutes. So you got to at least have the defense. You got to be able to defend against subs. You have to be able to defend against striking. Ben Askren's issue really has not been his one-dimensional offense. It's been his inability to defend against any other offenses. So really, Ben Askren has a defensive problem. Everybody knows Ben Askren can wrestle. He could wrestle with the best of them. But the guy has a defensive problem. I mean, I could see if you're not going to become the greatest striker ever. I mean, that's fine. At least try to be competent in it. But make damn sure that you know what to do when somebody goes to hit you. I don't understand why you would not have good technique for that. Why you would not have a good defense for that. What's up, 7 in the house? Yes, everybody hit that like button. Make sure and hit that subscribe button. You're not already subscribed. I think everybody in here is right now. But if you're not getting notifications, make sure you ring that bell so you're getting notifications. And this should be a good one, guys. It is a rematch, of course, and I got some trivia early because we had about 6 minutes till the bell. So let's throw some trivia out there. Let's throw our first trivia question out there. I'm sure we're going to have some time to think they traded DJ for Askren and he was going to get a title shot if he beat Masvidal. I know, man. I know. That's crazy. And he talked his way into it. He was a Chael Sonnen that couldn't fight. I mean, he could wrestle. A lot of guys can wrestle. I guarantee you 100% that he's not even the best wrestler in the UFC. Kamaru Usman would out-wrestle him. Colby Covington would probably out-wrestle him. I think Tyron Woodley would out-wrestle him. Will GSP come back and fight Khabib? He is training right now. He is training hard. He's been training with everybody. They're kind of saying in his camps, oh, he's just helping, he's helping other people out and keeping his options open. Well, keeping his options open means he's hoping for that fight. I don't know how many people knew this at the time, but it was coming out. GSP was lobbying for that fight against Khabib before he retired. I mean, he was lobbying big time. He made test cuts down to 155. And he also said he would fight, that he would fight for a 165-pound title. That's the only way he'd fight again. Is Khabib for 155, or if he was taking someone on for a 165-pound title, if they made it. Worst trade in sports hours, Damon. Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. Askren could have won if it was 3 rounds. Well, didn't Maia choke him out in the 3rd round, though? At least Askren is getting paid by getting beat up. As opposed to sitting back and doing all the same. I mean, he was just unconscious how long ago from that Jorge Masvidal fight? I mean, that fight hasn't been a whole long time ago. I don't remember for sure, and then he's fighting again before Masvidal? Yeah, I mean, and now he was choked unconscious today. So, unconscious twice in a couple of months. All right, let's throw a trivia question out here. All right, guys. Rory Macdonald is the Bellator welterweight champion. But when he first won the championship, who did he win the belt against? Who did Rory Macdonald win the Bellator welterweight championship against to become champion? There's only so many guys in Bellator that are at that level. But speaking of great Bellator matches, December 28th, not only do we get Fedor and Rampage in Japan, which shoot those guys up with all the steroids there in Japan. And Captain Buzzkill, what's up, Captain Buzzkill? You are correct. It was Lima, Douglas Lima. And Lima will be fighting again tonight to try to win back his title. And even though he is the challenger, he is also the Vegas favorite tonight. Great job, sir. Great job. Douglas Lima and Gracie, yep. Yeah, well, yeah, he beat Neiman Gracie in the tournament. But now Douglas Lima gets a chance for his rematch. A lot of people think that Douglas Lima could challenge anybody in the UFC right now. We'll see if he gets through Rory first. We know Rory can beat a lot of people in the UFC. He just didn't quite get that championship. But I'll tell you what, after fighting Rory Macdonald and Tyron Woodley, Robbie Lawler was never the same. He comes back now and he's not, he didn't look good against Colby. And he hasn't looked great in a couple other fights. He did hurt Askren, like I'd said before, but I mean, Askren, it's just not a top level championship fighter in my opinion. I mean, I don't think he ever gets a title shot now. Dana thought he was boring. I don't know what's worse, to be boring or to lose all the time. But him and Maia did get fight of the night. I didn't get a chance to even see it yet, though. Unfortunately. Oh, and they got this flipped over to Spanish again. I hope I have I hope they have the English version of this up. Come on, guys. Get your sheet together. Ben Askren is a fraud, says Rob Iman. Kind of seems like it, doesn't it? Second fight with Lawler was amazing. Yeah, it was. Is this fight on pay-per-view, DAZN only? I believe it's DAZN only. I don't have Paramount Network. Yesterday's was also on Paramount, but I don't think this one is. So I think it's just DAZN. You can get a free trial over on DAZN, but I'll tell you a trick. I don't know about the Google Play Store. I think it might be the same. You guys would probably know more than me if you have Samsung. But if you have the iOS store, this is what I do, because I've forgotten to cancel something in time, and I'll take a free trial for something. If you go on your iPhone, possibly your Google Play Store, check this out. If anybody knows, go ahead and correct me. Go on there, take the trial for DAZN, or this works for anything on iOS. So say it says it'll give you a 30-day trial. You don't have to worry about canceling it. You can cancel it immediately. And that's what I do now. As soon as I take the trial, I immediately cancel it. And then say it says it'll be 30 days. It'll say your membership is canceled. Your free trial runs through November 25th. Whatever a month is. What's going on, Diego Velasquez? How you doing? Just watching some Bellator. Some good fights. Bellator versus UFC. That's some. Well, there's these lower weight classes. Some of them, they could do some stuff. Heavyweights, Jesus. Heavyweights, both leagues are pretty abysmal at heavyweight, to be honest. But Bellator is, they have the heavyweights that couldn't make it in the UFC's heavyweight division anymore. No problem, old Rays. But yeah, just remember that, guys. Don't, if you have a smartphone, try to always do those free trials on your smartphone. Cancel it right away, because it's way too easy to forget, and then you end up paying for something that you just wanted once. All right, let's throw another trivia question out there. And I think everybody is already refreshed. Captain Buzzkill got the first one. Shouldn't have fallen behind by now. Okay, so next question is, for UFC 1, what year was the very first UFC? UFC 1, what year was it? Don't see the matchup of Holloway and Ferguson being talked about a lot. Holloway and Ferguson? You mean Holloway and Volkanovski? Alexander Volkanovski's fighting Max Holloway on UFC 245. And then Ferguson should be matching up for a date with Khabib. It looks like they're probably going to wait until after Ramadan. Adam from Allen, you got it, sir. 1993. And for bonus points, for another one, what was the location of the first UFC? Where was it at? Where was it at? What's up, Community Genius? The matchup of Holloway and Ferguson. No, they have never fought. Yeah, nobody's really talked about that too much. Well, Holloway just went up to 155 and lost to Dustin Poirier. So I think Max would need to stay at that weight for a little while to get used to it. It was a good year. Hell yeah, it was. 93, 94, Adam. It was not Las Vegas. It was not Miami. Not Tennessee. Although that would have been a good place for it to start, Comedic Genius. Get us some of that good old cage fighting. First UFC was not in Brazil or Chicago or California. Resin Bud, I cannot show the fights, but if you go to DAZN, if you go to the app if you have Apple, go to it on iOS. You might be able to do this on Google Play. I know you can do it on Apple. Take the free trial and immediately cancel it. And then you can sign in without username and password anywhere. And you'll continue to be able to use that trial through the 30 days or however long it is. Damon Stout's got it. You are correct, sir. Denver, Colorado. Damon Stout had it first, though. I didn't say city or state, so I'm going to give it to you on California. On Colorado. And Rob Iman had Denver. No, Wichita was just the worst UFC ever, Adam. All right, so Damon Stout gets that one. All right, guys, 25 people up in here watching already. Everybody, please hit that like button if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed for some reason, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you're notified whenever I drop a new video or go live, like next Saturday for UFC 224, the baddest mother in the game, Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. It's back on, and we're giving away a $50 Amazon gift card to whoever has the pick that's closest for the win. Whoever wins between Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. Remember, we'll be looking for the winner, the way that they win, then the third stipulation, the first tiebreaker will be the round, and then if everybody's even on that, then we would go to the time. Last time I did this, we ended up having to go to the time. What's going on, JC? I'm doing good, man. I come for the fights, but stay for the sound effects. Well, thank you, Gizmo Guy. Sacramento had the worst UFC with Soto versus Dillashaw. Yeah, it's pretty bad. No, I just meant worse in Wichita because their judging was so horrible. I mean, literally like the worst frickin' judging in the history of combat sports. Or at least of MMA that I've ever seen. This is absolutely unacceptable. All right, Baby Slice, Kimbo Slice's son. Fighting next. He says, I beat him up until they want to quit. Campbell. Bruce Campbell. Or excuse me, Craig Campbell. And here comes Baby Slice down to the cage. I'm glad Nate Diaz isn't pulling out. Yeah. So they tried to say that he had, if you guys watched my video or read the report by Ariel Helwani, Baby Slice, by the way, all 3 wins by first round knockout or submission, 1 knockout, 2 subs. They're saying he popped positive for tainted vegan vitamins. I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time swallowing that one. Estrogen blockers. They put estrogen blockers. What would estrogen blockers be doing in vegan vitamins? Organic vegan vitamins. I don't see it. And I mean, I'm not vegan. But the vitamins that I take happen to be, well, they're not, I don't know if they're vegan. They say vegetarian on them. They're plant-based. I do take a plant-based multivitamin because I studied a lot of different vitamins, and that's the one I ended up with. Baby Slice 3-2, Craig Campbell 3-3. Campbell 7 years older at 34, Slice 3 inches taller at 5'11", and have a 3.5 inch reach advantage at 71.5 inches. And he does look exactly like Baby Slice. He looks like his dad, just like 100 pounds lighter. Roy found God. Will that be a problem? Well, that was a problem in his fight against John Fitch. Then he seemed to have gotten everything back under control, his fight in Neiman Gracie. 34 years old, 158 pounds, with an MMA record of 3-3. In the blue corner, Craig Campbell. And out of the red corner, weighing in at 160 pounds even, he is 27 years old, from Miami, Florida, with an MMA record of 3 wins and 2 losses. He is the son of the legend Kimbo. He is Tony Ferguson Jr. Baby Slice. All right, Craig the Kamikaze Campbell versus Baby Slice Kevin Ferguson Jr. Oh, nice straight right and a left hook out of the gate for Baby Slice. Now, he had won 3 in a row, then he's lost his last 2. I should call him Mini Slice. Nice 1-2 there from Kevin Ferguson Jr. Nice low leg kick there from Little Kimbo. Oh, and Craig Campbell catches that. Oh, big elbows and hammer fists of Kimbo. It's all over! Just like Big Papa, Baby Slice gets it done in the first round. Dropping massive elbows and hammers on the head of Craig Campbell. And good night. What's going on? Speaking of the winner of the last event, Robert Kerrigan. This is the last time I did one of these, Robert. I don't know if you know yet. Don't put your picks in yet. I'll be doing a separate video. And then there'll be a time during the live stream for UFC 244. But if you haven't seen yet, next Saturday, I'll be giving away a $50 Amazon gift card for whoever picks the winner of the fight. And then the way that they win, if 2 people get that, or more, 2 or more people get that, then we'll go to the round. And of course, the tiebreaker would be the time. And I want to say Robert was in he had everything. He had the winner, he had the way that they won, he had the round, and then he had the time within 15 or 20 seconds. I mean, it was, he was scary close. I expect nothing less from the Kimbo gene. What's up, Les Dillinger? Exactly. Mini Kimbo. I'd like to see Maya fight Jeff Nelson next. That would not be a bad fight. What about Damian Maia still getting it done in his 40s? I mean, it's a little easier, of course, and I'm not saying it's easy, but it's a little more common to see a guy continuing to get wins, in jiu-jitsu out instead of striking. But I mean, once you're 40, really, that clock really starts ticking. It's like you're like a ticking time bomb. It's a matter of time before somebody takes you out. Somebody takes you out bad. What's up, Arcade Chaos in the house? Houston's winning. Look like they might get back in this World Series. Nice. Make it 2-2. Big win by Junior Slice. Yes, it was an exclamation. Ashton got work today. Glad I woke up early for that. Getting so good. I just started at 7 o'clock at the beginning Robert, so the only thing you missed on the main card is Kimbo Slice's son, Kevin Ferguson Jr. Baby Slice got a first-round knockout. So, Craig Campbell shot for a leg and just stayed there, and Baby Slice landed like 3 big elbows right on the top of the head, close to the back of the head, but he's got it on the side of the temple there. And then some big hammer fists. And when you throw those hammer fists while you're standing over somebody that's on their knees, that is a much, much different game than when you're landing hammer fists in somebody's guard without a lot of leverage. Maya's still a serviceable gatekeeper at his age. Absolutely. I mean, I'm happy to still see him fight. Man, there's so much you missed. Where do I begin? Okay, yes. I didn't see any of the prelims myself. I had to get some daddy-daughter time in. Young David and his mom are out of town for my brother-in-law's wedding. Her brother's wedding over there in California. I couldn't get the time off, but they are up there, so I had to spend some time with my daughter. We, got some pizza, watched a movie, all that. He inherited those heavy hands from Big Daddy. Yes, he did. Welter. He fought at 160 for this one, though, Rob Iman. So I think he might end up at 155. He's a little small even for a welterweight. He's ripped, but he's short. Well, they listed him at, 5'11 and a half? So I don't know. I don't know how he makes 160. Maybe he will be a welterweight. He's 27, though, so it's not like, he should have grown into his body by now. The kid is ripped, though, at 160. Absolutely ripped. Houston looks determined, fired up, ready for action. All right, well, I can't wait to call some more World Series games if they tie it up, but it's MMA first, Arcade Chaos. We got the MMA show, and then, of course, my other channel. A lot of you guys been over there. Thank you so much. Mike's Sports Experience. That's where I've been covering the World Series, NFL games, looking to cover some NBA, NHL, basically everything that's not MMA. That sparks your interest this year. Love to see him KO Dylan. I'd love to see anybody KO Dylan Dennis. That guy is... He's just a purposeful troll, and he's not good at it. That kind of pisses me off. When somebody is talking smack just to talk smack, when you know they don't mean it, you know they can't... I guess he can back some stuff up. He's a jiu-jitsu instructor, but as far as MMA, he's got, 2 fights now. What's going on, Billy Hughes in the house? So... there's a movie called A Dirty Shame with Johnny Knoxville. Oh, Tracy Ullman, yeah. I might check it out. Nick Newell warming up in the back right now. Guys, I believe that is the next match coming up. Yes, Nick Newell versus Manny Muro. That fight is next. The one-arm MMA fighter. He's better than a hell of a lot of fighters with 2 arms, though. Nick Newell is a beast. Should branch out to Discord. I'm going to have to figure out Discord, Rob. You're right on that one. You're right on that one. And they listened to me at work. They finally listened. They're going to fix my schedule. They said I have a meeting with them on Halloween of all days on October 31st. So, maybe they're going to kill me. No, I'm just kidding. I have a meeting with him, though, on October 31st to talk about my schedule. And basically, I told him there's pretty much two options. For merchants, there's no weekends off, but you can have Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, Monday. So I told him, I'm like, you want me to stick around? Doesn't matter to me. I got another job waiting, but I have to have either Saturday or Sunday off every week because it's too taxing on me doing those streams. I'm recovering the whole week. What's up, Denise? Man, this is Conor McGregor, still my boy. He's coming back. He is coming back. Dennis would snatch his ACL right on his leg. Damn. Hello, Denise. Good to see you, Denise. What are Conor McGregor's traits that make him something special? Pinpoint accuracy and power. I mean, I've talked a lot of smack about Conor McGregor, but he has great boxing. He has great precision. And I'm kind of surprised in the last video I did take a decent amount of heat for talking smack about Conor McGregor, but it's like, how has he not earned it right now? Not quite sure. I don't really get it, but hey, it is what it is, right? All right, Manny Muro making his way down to the cage right now said he feels very disrespected by Nick Newell. He says he feels like Nick Newell is too cocky. He's not taking him seriously. And we'll see if he has. Nick's about, I believe he was about a 7-1 favorite tonight when I looked at the odds. At least as of a couple days ago, he was a huge favorite. Not the biggest favorite on this card. That honor goes to Patrick Mix, who is almost a 10-1 favorite tonight. Been drinking since 5 a.m. for the UFC event. Now this one. Jesus, Robert. Robert, please don't die of liver cancer on me. You scare me sometimes. Talk. Looks like around 20-hour day of drinking and getting stoned. If you ask me, he's a great striker, or he at least used to be. Last couple of fights didn't look that good. And coming down to the cage right now, Nick Notorious Newell. So we got a notorious one coming out tonight, I guess. Wow. 13 wins by knockout or submission, 11 subs, 2 knockouts. Nick Newell started his professional career with 13 consecutive wins. First loss, I believe, was against Justin Gaethje over there in World Series of Fighting. And Justin Gaethje, he might be one of, if not the toughest damn out at 155 pounds right now. I mean, that guy is an absolute animal. And, of course, I've told you guys, but for those of you Conor, that's who I want to see Conor come back against. So I'll be honest, kind of a lucky punch against Jose because of that punch. And would have landed. He's landed some pretty accurate punches in his career, though. Anyways, Manny Muro, 10-3, 32 years old. Nick Newell, 16-2, 1 year older. Both men 5'10". But Manny Muro, the reach is kind of silly in this one. They make it 72 inches to Nick Newell, 60. But obviously, Nick, he's missing a little bit on the left limb. Couple inches. Upset Saturday in college football. Nice. I remember when MMA media was all about Ben Askren. Oh, how the times have turned. He has been exposed. I think so. Manny Muro, 2 of his 3 stoppages by submission. Manny in the blue corner. Manny Muro. And his opponent in the red corner at 5'10". He has 16 victories to 2 defeats with 13 finishes. He is Nick Notorious Newell. Referee will be Dan Mergliotta. And Nick Newell is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. For anybody that just heard that. And there we go. Oh, big shots from Manny Muro out of the gate. Straight right and a left hook. Right hook lands for Nick Newell. And Nick Newell blasting him with that left. He uses that left stump. Couple of nice right hooks there from Newell and a nice knee to the body. Muro pushing Newell into the cage here now, though. And Muro turning around, pushing Newell into the cage once again. Newell actually known for his wrestling, even though he's just kind of got that, that stub for a right hand. And there he goes. Muro gets the takedown now. Wraps his hands around the waist, arms around the waist of Nick Newell, takes him to the ground. And as Nick continues to step up in competition, will it be too much? Nick Newell going for a Kimura here. Good job of using that Kimura to get a better position up against the fence there. Great veteran move there from Newell. And Newell's digging for a guillotine here. And he drops. He might have it. Nick's actually got a great guillotine. He might have this. Putting a lot of pressure on there, and he uses that other arm, that shorter arm in a way that a lot of guys don't. Muro's not used. Muro might be out. It's hard to see from the angle. No, he's not out yet, but he's got it under the chin. Muro's still moving. Newell not letting go. He's risking burning his arm out if he doesn't get this. Arcade Chaos with the donation. Thank you very much, sir. Arcade Chaos coming through with the $3 donation, helping us keep the lights on and pay for that UFC 244 coming up next week. Couple of big right hands there from Newell. Oh, nice elbow from Newell from the top. Big elbow. Newell working from the half guard here. Very close to side control. She's got one leg wrapped up a little bit. Landing some nice shots to the body here, though, with Newell with that shorter arm. He's just beating that shorter arm into Muro's body. I mean, I don't know what else to really call it, but a stump? That seems kind of degrading, though. I'm not really sure what else to call it, though. I guess the shorter hand. Uses that left stump. Sounds so bad, but true. Newell is a beast. Yeah, he is. All right, everybody else called him a stump, so I guess I don't feel so bad. Jose is great, but he did start unloading heavy with the right. Connor seen that and exposed it. Yeah, he caught Jose coming in. When you catch somebody coming in and you catch them while they're throwing a punch, that's the worst shot you're ever going to get hit with. Big right hand there from Newell on the ground. And he's turning Muro over. He's in Nick Newell's world right now. Oh, and he is just beating him with that stump. Big elbows from the shorter arm there from Newell. I got to imagine that's got to be kind of strange getting hit with that. I mean, You know, and I'm definitely not being degrading to Nick Newell at all. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. It's just, it is different. You know, he can show people some different things that maybe they haven't seen, and he gets hooks in. He's got the back and hooks here. Nick Newell's got a very good position right now. Rub, he's stumping the body. Oh, jeez. Rubbing him to the body. I don't know what to say. I'm stumped. I love it, J-Dig. And Muro gets up and reverses this up against the fence here for the end of the round. And that's going to be the end of the first round. Nick Newell, I think, won that pretty easily. I know he wants a finish, though. This guy is, he is all about finishing guys. You know, he's certainly not going to be happy just to win. Nick Newell via handicap. Be cool if he had to wear a glove on the rub. I like that. All right, second round about to start here at Bellator 233. Second fight of the main card. Manny, Muro, and Nick Newell. And the bell rings. 39 people watching. Everybody, please hit that thumbs up button if you like what I do here. Big right hand from Nick Newell. And Muro pushing Newell up against the fence again, though, landing a knee to the body here. And Newell's been trying to set up that Uchimata off of the fence. He's got some nice judo throws, and he's just able to use that shorter arm, like I said, in ways that you wouldn't think that he would be able to. I mean, he's definitely, yes, it's a disadvantage to have that, I imagine, but that, oh, and there's the Uchimata. There it is right there. Big judo throw from Newell. And he's looking to sync up that guillotine. Now he's going to spin around to the side. He's got the back. This could be trouble for Muro. What's going on, Ordinary Pete in the house? Good to see you, man. And Newell has hooks in. And he's got Muro. Look at the technique on him. You notice how many guys are getting hooks in and they're in the wrong position? Or they can't keep the guy straight? I mean, he's got Muro straight. He is up a little high. But he's got Muro's hips completely isolated because he's got good technique here. And Muro doing a good job here, though, getting to one knee. Now, Newell with the backpack here, though. And this is just burning the legs of Manny Muro. I mean, imagine walking around with a 160-pound dude on your back. And you're fighting for 15 minutes. That's not good on your oxygen. How's Nick's that clinch looking? It's not bad in the clinch. Oh, comedic. I love you, comedic. All right, say hello to the wife for me, Pete. And Newell continuing to grind into the legs there of Muro, trying to get that takedown. He's got one leg. Tries to lift him up. He's got to get in there the rest of the way. Might get in there for a fireman's carry here. That's a favorite of Newell. And he's just swinging Muro around by that one leg. You could imagine how double leg takedowns, can be a little more difficult for Nick. And Muro just collapses on him, and Muro on top now. Muro grabbing the right ankle of Newell, trying to turn him around to the position he wants now. I really like watching Nick Newell fight, though, because his technique, he assumes he's got to have his technique down. His technique is so good with grappling and his submissions because, he's doing it with 1.5 arms, and that's part of it, but he's a veteran, too, 19 years in wrestling and MMA. Nice elbows and hammer shots to the thighs of Newell from Muro here, who's got north-south position. It'll surprise her. What's 41? I don't know. Anyone else? Super stoked the Diaz fight is back on. Absolutely. And Newell trying to pull him down, but Nick makes a mistake, and Muro pushing him up against the fence, landing a couple right hands. Newell back up now. But Muro has the dominant position up here against the fence. And let's see if he can get the takedown on Nick. Nick won the first round, by quite... Oh, big left hook and a right hand here from Manny. Muro goes to the flying knee. That misses. Nick throws the stump in there a bit short. Now he's going to shoot down for that takedown. He's really having a hard time getting these takedowns against Manny Muro. And now Muro collapses down again, gets the back, lands a hammer fist on the side of the head of Newell. And a very close round till the end there. I think on my scorecard, Manny pulled it out. I have it around a piece. Nick Newell via stump bar third round. I like it. Oh, Jesus. Comedic. I'm leaving, heading into Monterey County where they do... What's up there, Nelson? How's it going, man? They don't have the power outage. Just took everything out. Oh, that sucks, man. Put in core loaded truck. Sorry to hear that, man. Power outages suck. We used to have them a lot here. They updated the generator by us recently. Every time the wind blew, which is pretty often here, though, we would lose power. And I think a few of you maybe were here when I streamed Bellator when it was Michael Chandler. A Michael Chandler fight that I streamed out of my car because I had no power. All right, round 3. And no fight clock on this one. So, and Big John McCarthy has it the same way as me. He's got it an even fight. First round for Newell. Second round for Muro, 19-19. And there's a slam for Muro. And Newell dropping an elbow here from the side, but Muro's got his arms around his waist. Newell trying to stand back up here. And Newell back up, and the crowd's starting to chant here, let's go, Nick. And Muro was in a good position there. If Newell, if I hate to say it, but if it was a regular fight, if he had a full arm, he was in a good position to land a back elbow there on Muro. Maybe Muro knew that he could get away with that. Nice knee to the body there from Manny. Who's not talking to you, Pete? Nick is the only one that can pull off a rear naked stump. Oh, jeez. Doesn't make it an acute triangle for my math nerd. That's good, comedic. I thought you were going to say Nick Newell was cute, comedic genius, but acute triangle, like it. Manny with the takedown again. just swings Newell around by the waist here. And Newell working off his back again. I'll tell you, if there's one thing that Nick Newell does not like, I'm not saying anybody likes to be on their back, but Nick Newell definitely does not like to be on his back. And Manny getting hooks in for a second, almost had the backpack. Newell backs him off. Now Muro with his back to the cage, holding on to Newell. Manny just smothering him this round, though. And isn't it crazy, though? A guy, with 1.5 arms, people don't want to stand and strike with him. And Manny gets another takedown here. At 2:20 left here in the third round. And I believe that's the third takedown of this round. Yeah, that was good. What's up, Ginzo guy? Nick Newell had a hell of a time doing the YMCA dancing school. Oh, he could still do it. Could do the lowercase y, yep. It's not very good shape at all. George Washington looks like he was attacked by a street gang. It's a huge scar under his cheek, all right? And Manny still right in the back here of Newell, landing some big hammer fists here. A couple of right hooks, and Newell trying to stand back up. Manny's got those hooks in there. And back to the ground. Manny pulls him back down. Manny trying to get the rear naked choke here. And I believe Dan Murriaga's telling him, get busy. You got to, progress your position and go for a finish, or I'm going to call you up. And Manny curls him back over a couple more times. Now he's got his back. Now he's stretching him out. Manny to the side a little bit here now. Good job moving to the side. If he continues to move to his left, if he can bring that right arm around underneath Manny's left arm, he can get back on top and sweep him, but he cannot. Manny turns the other direction, gets those hooks back in again. It kind of looked like Manny could have turned the other direction, but he didn't. 25 seconds left in this fight. Some big shots from Manny Muro riding Newell. Here got the backpack. And Newell goes for an Uchimata, but he was not quite standing, and he just eats a couple more shots there for Manny, who still got the back. Big shots from Manny Muro, and remember, Nick Newell signed a one-fight contract. His first fight out, won his first fight fairly easily. But this one, it looks like this one's going to go to Manny Muro, and Manny was, I believe, about a 7-1 underdog coming into this fight. 46 people watching. Everybody, hit that like button if you like what I do here. If you're not subscribed, make sure and hit that subscribe. Help me get to that 6,000 subscribers. I promised myself that I would get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I made this goal a couple of weeks ago, and not been at the pace lately. Last 28 days, only 44 subscribers, so I've really got to do something to tune it up. But I would really appreciate the subs. And ring that bell so you're notified whenever I drop a new video or go live like next Saturday for UFC 244. Go Astros, Jordan repeat. Good, I was going for the Nationals, but then I saw the Nationals dissed my boy, so I am with them no more. Who's your boy? Astros 8, Nationals 1, top of the 7th. Nice, Billy. Maybe people will start paying attention to it a little more if it's tied up at 2-2. Because I was not getting viewers on game 2, but we stuck with it. 3 hours and something anyways. Judges rendering the decision right now. They're worrying me a little bit. They're taking their time. And let's see who gets it. Thank you, Brady Austin. I appreciate it. Brady Austin's liked and subbed. First judge, 29-28 Muro. Dave Torelli scores at 29-27 for Newell, and even Nick Newell looks uncomfortable with that. 29-28. Split decision. It is Manny Muro. And I don't know what the hell Dave Torelli was smoking, but man, he was smoking some crack, smack, and God knows what else. 29-27? Does that guy even know how to add up rounds? I don't get it. Which means he gave Nick a 10-8 round in there somewhere. But it went the right way. Manny Muro gets the decision, and we'll see if Nick Newell sticks around. And Big John McCarthy's asking him, how tight was that choke around you? He said it was tight. But he got out of there, and they're booing Manny Muro here. He really can't win here. Poor guy. And he's in his hometown. That's why he's fighting again so quickly. But yeah, good fight for Nick Newell, and Manny Muro saying, "Where's the bosses? Where you at, Scott?" He says, "I hope I did enough to earn a contract." I think he did. And Manny Muro, another one of these Native American fighters. I mean, that doesn't hurt. Manny Muro. Didn't know you were doing Game 2 of World Series. I would have watched. Yeah, I did Game 1 and 2, Robert. Over on Mike's Sports Experience. But not on here. It's on my other channel. People requested that I just keep this one for MMA. So I gladly said, okay, I'll start expanding this other channel and working things out of it, and switched it from Mike Reviews It All to Mike's Sports Experience. And I'll put the link up for my new channel here. Imagine the memes and we're going to make. Good. Oh, jeez. All right, come on. All right, don't taunt people with the politics, Pete. Slipping right through his stump. Oh, jeez. Still smoking the Red Rooster, as Robert. Just heard a sour diesel on. I heard somebody talking about sour diesel. I have no idea what it is you guys are talking about. Do I want to know in stream? I don't know. I was going to hang his glove up after this. I don't know, Comedic Genius. He might. He was close to... he was close to retiring before he signed with Bellator. I think he pretty much was going to. Yeah, Mike's Sports Experience. I'll put the link up for the other channel. And yeah, we're going to do, over there, we're going to do basketball, baseball, hockey, and even WWE and AEW wrestling. Because some people requested it, we're going to do it. Billy might be doing some of those on his own. I've talked to YouTube. I'm going to be able to get him his own stream key for our stream, so he'll be able to do independent streams over there even on that if I'm not available for those. But that was one of the main things of why I took everything over to Mike Sports Experience 2, is that a lot of MMA fans did not want to see the wrestling. So I was like, I understand that. So I'll just make another channel, or I'll just, put it all over on the other channel. All right, there's the link for the other channel here. Julia Budd versus Cyborg. Going to be a good fight. For sure, Diplocat. I had New York Sour Diesel not too long ago. What the heck is it? Did I miss? Did someone explain it to me? Really hope I get home in time for the Rory fight. Where you at, Brady Austin? I hope you get there too. That should be a good fight, man. Foosball, curling, polo. Only popular things that people care about. Comedic. Baby Slice did fight already, Michael Weiss. He got a first round knockout in like a minute and a half. Yeah, it was a great fight, though. I mean, as long as it lasted, it was a good performance, I should say. Poquito Slice via knockout. I like it. Okay, J-Dick. I gotcha. You notice how happy Cyborg looks now lately? Pictures say a million words. Well, she was not respected in the UFC. They didn't, they never really acted like they wanted her around. But then they built a division for her, so I won't say that completely. But, there was no love lost with Dana kicking her butt out the door. Got it, Robert. Doing a little babysitting gig. Gotta earn the cash. Yeah, get the cash. Get the cash while you can, Brady. Just heard them talk about it on Bisbing's podcast for the first time. Never even smoked weed pot. Yeah, J-Dig, I'm pro marijuana, but yeah, I also don't smoke it. But I don't think that people should have the right to tell other people what to do about it for sure. Greg Brimstone, you think Nick Newell got robbed? I disagree. Is your name that hard to say right, Michael? Didn't seem like it was that hard, but glad I got it, though. She can't do roids as much in UFC. Well, this is true. Dana was intimidated by her Adam's apple. Hate it, too. Have you ever seen her and Vandy in the same room? Yes, I have. Or yes, I've compared them. That's what you're saying. I've seen that meme. One judge that had it 29-27 Newell was the only one watching the fight. That first round was easily a 10-8. Dave Torelli. I don't know, Greg. I'd have to watch it again maybe when I wasn't commentating. I mean, he did have a good first round. I also thought Muro won rounds 2 and 3, though. Round 2 was closer. Muro definitely won round 3. So I guess I can see how he got there. Only brought Cyborg in because it makes them money. Very simple. Oh, exactly. I mean, that's what it's all about, though. They wanted to fight Ronda, and that all fell to us. They thought Ronda was unstoppable. Ronda's back in WWE, I guess. For those of you who watch WWE, though, I heard that she is back. Favorite female fighter of all time, Misha Tate. I like Misha. Oh, Jesus, Gimzo guy. It's horrible. Horrible, sir. All right. A couple more fights, and Amanda Nunes can't be denied. Greatest. Valentina Shevchenko, I think, has an argument to that. All right, let's throw another trivia question out there. Everybody refresh your browsers. And 3, 2, 1. All right, give everybody a quick second here. Isaiah the Beast Chapman making his way down to the cage right now. Isaiah Chapman, the Beast Chapman, Patrick No Love mix. Up next, Isaac Chapman, 4 of his 7 finishes by submission. I wish Travis Brown would do bare knuckle boxing or something. Oh, I like that. I think he'd do well over there 7. Put him against Gabriel Gonzaga. Gabriel Gonzaga looked pretty good last round. Mick, 2nd round submission, says Brady Austin. Mix is the biggest favorite on this card. He is like a 9-1 favorite. Well, his original opponent was not able to fight, and Isaiah Chapman came in on, I want to say, 11 days' notice. And here comes Patrick No Love Mix down to the cage. I said earlier, he is getting very close, I believe, to a title shot. He's had a very good run so far in Bellator. 8 of his 11 wins by KO or submission, 1 knockout, 7 subs. Misha Tatus from Yakima, Washington. Same town. Oh, you grew up in Yakima, Gizmo guy? I grew up in Walla Walla, and then I spent about 8 years in Pasco. My wife was working up in Prosser, right outside there, Yakima. Got some cheap houses there right now. I don't know if I'd want to go back to the Palm Springs of Washington, but guessing it would look like Rogan, says Comedic Genius. What is that? Oh, I get you. Offspring of Axe Murder and Cyborg. That's pretty good, man. Lady is making me look at pics of her friends' kids. They're also ugly. Oh, my God. Isaiah Chapman, 9-3, 29 years old, 5'7". Patrick Mix, 11-0, 26 years old, 5'11". And Mix is going to have a 3-inch reach advantage. Pete, for a second, I thought you were saying she was making you look at pictures of her friends. I was going to question her judgment. But no, the kids, that makes sense. See Pasco on live, PD? I bet you do. My sister lived in East Pasco for a while, which is much different. West Pasco is much more civilized. East Pasco, yeah, you might have seen my sister's house on there. Isaiah Chapman, 2 of 4 finishes in first round, 1 knockout, 1 sub. He is Isaiah the Beast Chapman. And his opponent in the red corner, undefeated at 11-0 with 6 first-round finishes. He is Patrick No Love Mix. Didn't know trust. I do still live in Washington. I'm over on the west side now, though. I'm north of Seattle. Lake Stephen, Snohomish area, if you know. Nobody knows where that is. And here we go. They touch gloves, and first round is underway. Right hook from Chapman right off, and a combination from Chapman. The big underdog. Mix is going to shoot for the takedown. Bam! Big slam. Big Ogoshi judo throw there for Patrick Mix. Oh, and Mix getting the back here early. He's got hooks in. He might make an early night of this. Isaiah the Beast Chapman already fighting for his life. Now he's got to straighten him out. Oh, and there, look. Isaiah transitioning almost gets on top there and sweeps, but he does not. And now Mix gets that second leg locked, and now he's landing some big ground and pound. It's about 6 right hands there for Mix. Oh, Mix, wow, great move to keep Chapman from getting up there. Couple big elbows on the top of the head there. Another hammer fist. Patrick Mix has got great submissions. He's going to keep on landing the striking until Chapman pulls his chin up and he can try and get under for that rear naked choke. Or he'll just beat it out of him. A couple of right hands, a hammer fist, and then a couple of left hooks. Patrick Mix seems to have a big strength advantage. He's just ripping Chapman's hands down at will. Now Chapman going in the fetal position, trying to defend against this choke. And Mix looks very comfortable. With hooks in, just taking his time, battering Chapman. And Chapman at least starting to block a few more of these now. Oh, there was a couple of big shots on the temple, though. And the top of the head. Big elbow there from Mix. Another big elbow. That was in the back of the head. Margliotta, you got to get around to the back there. Mix has got to be careful of those. But still hooks in. Kind of a strange position here for Chapman right now. But Mix might just go for a neck crank here. Oh, good job of wrist control there for Chapman. And Mix having a tough time straightening him out. Now he's going to roll him around to his back again. And, oh, big elbow to the temple of Chapman there. Couple of hammer fists and a big elbow. These elbows are just concussing Chapman. They are horrible. Billy's in, Pete. I seen Billy a little while ago. Sorry if I'm not seeing all your comments. I'm trying to concentrate on the fight right now. We'll get back to him, though. And he's got tight hooks here coming on in 2 minutes left in the first round here. Oh, nice heel strikes into the side of the body of Chapman here from Mix. And Mix landing some big left hooks here and rolling around to the back again. That's kind of what he's been doing. Another big elbow. And Chapman will roll to his stomach, roll to his back. He cannot get the hooks off here, though. 4 big right hooks and then a big elbow for Mix. Everything lands. Another big left hook, and Chapman's taking a lot of undue punishment here. Oh, and Mix is going to... Wow, how flexible is that dude? Has hooks in, and now grabs the legs. He's going to go for a leg bar, and he's got it! Patrick Mix couldn't straighten his opponent out, had the hooks in, reaches all the way over and grabs the leg of Chapman and gets the leg bar. That was very good. Very, very good. Good stuff. My cat's been stalking this fly. Sarcade, yep. Streaming through my phone. I can't use my phone to record anything. Oh, that sucks. Oh, while you're streaming through your phone? Oh, while you're watching the stream. I got you. Thinking about how good he did in that baseball game the other day. Yeah, he did very well. And he was so far ahead of me. I left him all on his own. Yeah, no, Billy's a really good broadcaster all on his own on here. He's going to do just fine if he gets, going to get in there with some streams of his own. Sound like a pro, except for when he disc flaster flat earthers. Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah, to pick up those clearance game systems. I didn't see those at my Walmart by here. I looked in the clearance section, but I didn't see them. Hard to get things online nowadays. Way easier to get them at Walmart. Okay. Yeah, sounds like a pretty good deal, but I went over there and checked at Arcade and... yeah, I couldn't find them at one of the Walmarts by me. I'm working at another Walmart, a different Walmart tomorrow, so I'll see if they're over there. Need someone to get me into a Saturday night ride. All right. Mix goes 12-0, bizarre leg stretch. That was sweet, though. Yeah, it was. That was some crazy flexibility. Yeah, Patrick Mix has some of the best hooks in the game. As far as keeping those hooks in and continuing to roll over and keep this. And he just said it's happened, that submission's only happened 4 times ever, and he's 2 of them, he says. He says, I want a bonus, let's go. Hard to argue with that. That was very, very good. Unbutton my bottom right button there. Oh, Jesus. Rawlings always get overhyped. Oh, Beck Rawlings. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. What's up, David Cassiano? Roy's going to win and retire tonight. Leave his gloves in the cage. He might. He might, Rabbit. What? No. Astros are putting the spank down on the Nationals at home. No, I was loosening my belt up, Pete, because I had the thing stabbing me in the stomach. Sorry, I didn't know you guys see that. What's going on, Warlock Wyatt? Is that the other Wyatt? Warlock Wyatt? No. All right, David. Where's Young David? Young David's in California, actually, with the wife. Her brother is got married today. I was not able to make the wedding because my work does not like to give me days off that a request, pretty much ever. But there you go. All right, next fight coming up. This is moving quickly. What are we, an hour in? Hour in, and we are 3 fights in. Co-main event coming up next. How about that? Paul Daley versus Saud Awad. So I'm guessing they're going to take a little bit of time in between to talk about some things. Scott Coker isn't really a bonus type. Oh, that's true. That's true, Ginzo guy. I don't know why I didn't even think about that. Yeah, they don't have performance bonuses like the UFC. Should give him something. I mean, he's probably fighting for, $5,000 tonight. And the dude's a title contender at this point. This Scott Coker's more of a snacks kind of guy. Extra snacks. Or give him some Chex Mix if he wins the fight, Ordinary Pete. He gave him a bottle of champagne. I mean, he gets that. I'd cash in that bottle of champagne myself, but need the cash. Didn't get my permission to come to California. Oh, they landed in Sacramento, so not a whole long ways from you, Pete. Not a whole long ways, but an Arcade Chaos earlier. I missed the light up here on the super chat. What's up, honey? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I'm gonna go get that guitar from that guy. I'm gonna take Austin with me so I don't get murdered.
Okay, that would be. How much you paying for it?
$160.
Good job. The guitar and the bass and an amp. Nice.
Guitar, bass, and amp.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I looked at the guitars. He told me what brand they are. They're Davis. They're not bad.
Awesome. Well, you have to come in and play it for everybody if you get it. No.
Okay. We'll see.
All right, and transition back. I forgot to put Arcade up in lights earlier when he donated. So, quick thoughts on Ben Askren? He's a wrestler. He's a wrestler, not an MMA fighter. That's my thoughts on Ben Askren. That just shows you there's levels to this game. Just because you can win a championship in Bellator and you come to the UFC doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it against the top guys in the world. And he's faced 3 of the top guys in the world and I thought lost all 3 of them. I mean, look at Robbie Lawler, knocked him unconscious at the beginning of that first fight. Could have definitely been stopped, and then, now gets knocked out by Jorge Masvidal, choked out by a 41, 42-year-old Damian Maia. 18-2, but 1-2 in the UFC. I will say. And wow, Saud Awad, he is a very accurate fighter coming up here against Semtex. But Paul Daley, of course, his striking is magnificent, and that's going to play, Saud Awad's style is going to play right into his hands, I think, tonight. Unfortunately for Saud. All right, and change the names for the next fight. Saud Awad and Chael Sonnen says he thinks Saud is a little bit faster than Semtex. He may be. I don't think it's going to matter. I think Paul Daley is just going to freaking destroy him. This is the co-main event. It is at a catch weight of 175 pounds. Saud Awad and Paul Daley. Maybe in too long. He won a tournament to get the championship over there in Bellator Committee Genius. Then he queened out the division. Then went over to 1C and queened out FC and queened out the division. So he definitely had a time. He was doing very well. Saud the Assassin Awad making his way to the cage right now. Oh Jesus, Warlock. Saud Awad, 21st fight in the Bellator, tied for 3rd most in history. That's a lot of fights in Bellator. That's a lot of fights in any major organization, whether it be Bellator or UFC, Ryzen or ONE FC. I would say those are your major organizations right now. Huge value in a plus 500 Muro. Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And Muro got it done. It's been even a wrestler. Didn't he just get destroyed in a wrestling tournament by some young dude? Well, that young dude happens to be the best wrestler on the planet. Justin Burroughs. And Ben Askren, to be fair, has not been training amateur wrestling, around the clock. And Burroughs, he just, went through the Olympic trials. And I said, very, very good. Oh, Jesus, comedic. You went to the bear cave? My God. Got destroyed. Yep, Justin Burroughs. Yeah, Justin Burroughs is an absolute animal, though. But that guy said it doesn't look like he's going to have any inclination to come to MMA. He said after seeing Askren get knocked out with that flying knee, he said, every time I think about going to the UFC, I watch a couple fights and I think how much it would suck to get punched in the face. And you can't blame him. Semtex making his way to the cage right now. Bellator history books, he is tied for 4th most knockouts of 5. Of course, had a distinguished career in Strikeforce and the UFC before heading to Bellator. Of course, he was kicked out of the UFC. I got to take a quick restroom break, guys, before this one starts. I will be right back. All right, guys. Michael C. Williams is in the cage at 5'11", weighing in 173.5 pounds. 23 wins, 12 losses, 15 first-round finishes. He is Saad Awad. And his opponent fighting across the cage in the red corner. Weighed in 174 3/4 pounds. Notable wins: Jorge Masvidal, Lorenz Larkin, Eric Silva, Brennan Ward. Out of Nottingham, England, with a professional record of 41 wins, 17 losses, and 2 draws, Paul Semtex Daley. And we all know Paul Daley has got power. Saud may have the speed advantage tonight, but Paul Daley is still one of the most dangerous dudes in the world when he lands those hands. Burroughs once double-legged Ram legit. I agree. Oh, nice leg kick. Low leg kick to start it off with Saud Awad. Saud Awad goes for the front face kick. Can't get it there, but good start there. Now an inside leg kick from Saud. Another inside leg kick. Saud Awad coming in, throwing a lot of shots here. Misses that low leg kick. But he's got some great Thai boxing. Oh, big right hand from Saud. I am surprised to see Saud landing these shots on Paul Daley. Paul goes for the head kick there, misses. I thought that this style would play right into Paul Daley's hands, and it may, because Saud likes to strike. Oh, Daley feints the uppercut there, and Saud goes for the takedown. Daley able to get back quickly, and now Daley lands a shot to Saud's legs there, tells him, get up. Straight left lands for Paul. Paul getting Saud backed up against the fence here. Oh, big right hook from Saud coming out, though. Flying knee attempt from Semtex, and Saud lands another right hook. And Saud shoots for the takedown. Great takedown defense there from Paul Daley. Beautiful sprawl. Was not even close on that takedown. And Saud throwing a wild jumping left hook there that misses. Front kick to the body lands for Saud. And a low leg kick. Left hook up top from Paul Daley, and he lands a flying kick. Right to the face there. Nice little Karate Kid kick there from Semtex. And Semtex clenches for a moment, and they are back in the center of the cage. And this is, both these guys like to stand and bang. But Saud going for a few takedowns here again already, because I think he worries a little bit about Semtex's power. Outside leg kick lands for Daley. And Paul Daley has a bomb for a right hand. Nice 1-2 from Saud, but Daley blocks that. Daley just about took Saud's head off with that left hook. Saud barely ducks underneath it. Front kick to the body lands for Saud. Oh, big right uppercut from Paul. And a big right hand from Saud, and they are changing shots. And I think both of these men will probably be... Oh, big left hook, and Paul Daley goes for the head kick right over the head of Saud. Daley looking very focused here now, and he's got plenty of time in this round. Oh, but Saud catches him with a counter left hook coming in. Daley misses the uppercut. Daley lands a low leg kick and then goes to the body, lands a left hand to the body. Daley might want to do that a little bit more, and oh, nice left hand there from Daley. Get Saud's attention off of that big right hand. Daley has a tendency to telegraph that. Daley goes for the head kick. Saud easily out of the way. He didn't get out of the way of that head kick, though. Flying head kick lands there for Daley. The whole thing didn't get through, but you could hear it landed. A little bit of a slapping, like the slapping of the heel on the face of Saud, but definitely landed. Oh, nice left hook there from Saud and a right hand from Daley. And Saud talking smack here, says, come on. I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do here. Oh, Daley throws that overhand right. Saud is down. I'm not sure what happened if he went off balance, because Daley missed that shot. I think Saud lost his balance. Now Daley going to jump in and grab north and south here, though. He can throw some good ground and pound. Couple of up kicks land for Saud here. Left hand, a couple of big right hands here for Paul Daley. And Paul Daley landing shots on the ground. Saud really does not like to be on his back. He's pretty inept from his back. Big hammer fist from Daley. And that's going to be the end of the round. 55 people watching. If you haven't hit that like button already, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified whenever I drop a new video. Or go live like next Saturday for UFC 244. Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz for the BMF belt. And don't forget, one of the big fights I'm looking forward to on that one, and it's on the ESPN prelims, Corey Anderson and Johnny Walker. Andrei Arlovsky also on the prelims. Surprising, and seconds out here. About to start this second round. And they touch gloves. 58 people watching. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Nice little sneaky left hook there from Awad. And Paul moving forward. The pressure lands a big left hook on the temple. Oh, big right hand from Semtex. And Saud throws 3 big shots. Most of that missed, though. Paul getting out of the way of one. Oh, big left hook for Paul, but he slips throwing a knee. And Saud Awad's going to get on top here. Semtex lost his balance, trying to stand back up immediately. Awad wrapping his arms around the waist of Daley, now up against the fence, trying to get the takedown. Gets him down to one knee again temporarily here. Awad, not generally a guy that wants to take the fight to the ground, but against Daley, Daley definitely has a power advantage. Yep, UFC 224, let's go. Really impressive light heavyweight. Yeah, he is. He's a badass. All right, and they break back to the center of the cage where this fight has been the most exciting. Oh, big right hand. Nice 2 left hooks to the body from Daley. Those were vicious left hooks. And Daley continuing to move forward. Oh, big right hand from Daley. Floors Awad. And hammer fist. It's all over. Paul Daley, with the second round knockout, makes the throat slash gesture. And it is all over. Gizmo guy, I tried to put a mirror in my room, and it was funny. It was funny because I could see the TV on the mirror. I tried it out, but then when it goes back to the lens onto YouTube, it just comes out as an absolute blur. I wouldn't try that on a UFC one, but I was going to try it on some other streams to see how it worked. I think I'd be a little worried to do it on a UFC one. But not me. I prefer to lay in bed. Oh, Jesus, Ginzo. Love when people name their children after the liquor they conceived on. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, for good old Johnny Walker, huh? Oh, Johnny Walker's a beast, though, man. One of my favorite fighters out there right now. Main event already coming up. Next fight, Rory Macdonald versus Douglas Lima for the welterweight championship of the world. Or the Bellator welterweight championship, I should say. Whatever organization it is, they always like to say championship of the world. But I guess there can only be one champion of the world. Probably keep that with UFC for now. They have just a slight talent advantage, as shown by Ben Askren, when former Bellator champion, when he tried to move into the UFC, and got his Askren handed to him. Yeah, he did, Greg. That was a shot. Yeah, he smashed him with that one. I got to see the replay on that. Paul Daley, official minute 30 seconds of the second round. Big left hand. I see that left hook again. Oh, there's a low leg kick, and there it was right up on the temple. And Saad's head bounces off the canvas. Referee jumping in to stop it there. Not before Daley could get a couple hammer fists in. But main event is coming up, guys. So, and Daley kind of, to his credit, he says, I had a big size advantage tonight. We had to catch you at a 175, and he said, I'm generally a small welterweight. He's a bigger 155er. But Paul Daley now 33 of his 42 wins by knockout, 43, 17, and 2 now. Yeah, dude has a crushing right hand. Or left hand, excuse me. I said it again. All right, main event of the evening coming up next. Rory Macdonald versus Douglas Lima. And I don't know what he's saying sorry for. Maybe he was saying sorry when he hit it because he fought Saad on such short notice. I think he apologized for landing a couple of hammer fists after the big shot, but the referee hadn't stopped the fight, and Saad was still moving. He was still conscious. Yeah, no, that was very good. But that was a Paul kind of fight, though. To be fair, Saad was tailor-made for Paul Daley. Somebody that's just going to stand and bang with you. I'm like that. And that's going to be a tough one. And Josh Thompson says he thinks that that might be Saad's weight class, actually, at 170. Thought he looked very good. He did look good before he got knocked out. I mean, if you keep looking good for fights and keep getting knocked out, though, I don't think it's your weight class. Just one so far, though, so maybe he'll be back at 170. 2 young orders of the lids in my local wall and were trying to sell me a Dallas Cowboy hat. Be back for my Astros World Series hat. I like it. How did the poll break down? Let's pull up the poll. I was just thinking about that. Let me bring it up here. I believe 81 of you guys voted. All right, and I'm going to pull up the poll right now. 89 of you have voted so far. This is open on the community tab on the MMA with Friends website. 89 of you voted. 36% of you say the Red King, Rory Macdonald, by finish. 24 say Rory by decision. So That's a whopping 60% of you expect Rory to win the second fight as well. And then 17% by decision for Lima. 24% by finish for Lima. And then Captain Buzzkill, yep, I'm here. Says Tim Johnson said DC fingers to the eye, round 1. Damian Bulbul said my heart says Rory, but my mind says Lima. I'm in a similar spot there, I would say. I got some similar. Not that I have anything against Douglas Lima, but yeah, I am a Rory Macdonald fan. I like that guy. Back in the day, I wouldn't mind seeing him return to glory. Right, what's going on, Experiencer in the house? How's it going? Lima had that awesome knockout against MVP. Yes, he did. I like Lima in this one. More heart, says John Dickinson. All right. Walden, you can watch on DAZN. I was telling people earlier the best way to do it is if you have your phone, especially Apple iOS. I'm thinking Google Play Store might be the same way. I'm not sure, but if you go in and take the free trial for DAZN, and this works for a free trial on anything with Apple, they'll do this for you. Take the free trial, cancel it immediately. That way you can't forget to cancel it. And then it'll say you have canceled this, but if say it's a 30-day trial, it'll say your free trial will run through November 25th. That's a cool deal with Apple. Have Rory by decision, says Experiencer. Hawk Hard Style says, I want TKO by Rory. Nice. Love when MVP got knocked out. You don't like MVP, Chris? All right. Thank you, Experiencer. Says it also works for the Play Store. So that's the only way I do a free trial anymore, because I'll forget to cancel it in time, and then I end up paying for something. You know, unless I decide I want the product, which I have enough of these paid products nowadays. All right, guys, before the last fight, I know y'all don't want to go out and cook something right now. You don't want to go out to a restaurant. You don't want to leave the house. You've been drinking beer. Maybe you need a few more beers. Grubhub's got your back. They deliver food, and in many states, including Washington, they'll deliver beer with your food. So you can order, like I know here, you can order Pizza Hut. You can order Domino's, and they'll deliver beer with it. But they deliver to, pretty much every single restaurant around here. You can get deliveries from Grubhub. Use that code and get $12 off your first order of $20 or more with the MMA with Friends code. I don't know about you guys, but $12 for my dinner, to me, that's a lot of money. And Douglas Lima been waiting for this rematch for over a year now. MVP versus Paul Daley. They already had that one. And they said MVP won, right? Yeah. But I thought Paul probably won the fight, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember the fight. I know Paul Daley actually started going for takedowns like the first time in his career. Seahawks are going to put a beating on the Falcons tomorrow. FYI, says Jeff. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing any Sunday games tomorrow. I'm not planning on it. Maybe the Sunday night game. I don't know, but unless my daughter ends up working at the pumpkin patch, which I don't think she's not scheduled as of now. we'll go out and do something before the family comes back in. Well, I don't just throw away $12, Ginzo. I'm cheap. I haven't done that DNA test, but I'll tell you, I'm probably about 60% Jewish. I know how to stretch a dollar, brother. No offense to any Jews out there. What's going on, CJ Smith in the house? Good to see you, man. Seeing your comments over there on Facebook and Twitter as well. Thanks for following me on Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, guys, you guys can earn even more money. So let's get this up in the background. The baddest mother effer on the planet belt UFC 244. And that stream, I'm giving away this $50 Amazon gift card for, in that fight, whoever picks the winner, the round, the way that it ends. And if need be, if there's a tiebreaker, it'd come down to the time. But there are some new rules this time around. If you just want the $50, if you win, there's nothing you need to do. If you would like to learn more, I am not. As far as I know, Tard Strength, I'm not, but I've never gotten a DNA test. Our descent, the only thing I know that goes back in our descent basically is Irish. But I would kind of like to get one of those, like 23andMe or something. Still could be at least two top 3 in the UFC, Rory. Oh, absolutely. Gonna say Rory by crucifix, pun intended. Diaz by decisions, Tard Strength. All right, so if you want to earn more than that $50, follow me on Twitter at FightsWFriends. That's going to get you a boost of 10%. So if you win, you're going to get an extra 10%. Follow me over there and retweet my contest, which is at the very top of the page. I pinned it to the top of my Twitter profile. And then over on Facebook, if you share my channel on Facebook that we're streaming for UFC 224, you can definitely do it from our private Facebook page. If you'd like to join the Facebook page over there, it's under Fights with Friends. And I will put the link up for that. Looks like we have a new member request already. Whoever that is, I will check it out here in a minute. And I will put the link down there. So if you do both, and you end up being the one to pick the fight, you'll get an extra 20% on top of the $50 gift card. So I'm a mutt. I definitely want to do 23andMe. Yeah, I hear you, J-Dig. I don't know what the hell is in me. MotoGP ready to throw down. Plus Bellator, awesome night. Nice. A chick from Dana White Contender Series? I don't think so. Where? In the cage? What's your name? Laura something? Oh, yes. How close are we to that, Billy? Are we one team away? I guess I could check myself. Yeah, if you want to win at a fantasy game, play against me on basketball, because I know nothing about basketball, but I'm going to start learning. And yeah, so I'm already there. Our draft not yet scheduled. I think we need one more team. Yep, just one more spot on the Fantasy MMA with Friends fantasy basketball team. Nate split decision, says Genzo Guy. Where do you think Roy would be in today in UFC? I don't know where he is now in Bellator, to be honest, because he was, I thought he lost that fight to John Fitch, but then he came back big in the fight against Neiman Gracie. I need to see one more performance out of him after that, because he almost retired after the fight against John Fitch. He said, I don't know that I have the heart to do this anymore. So if he can get past Diego Lima, if he's still 100%, I think he would do well. Top 5 for sure. Maybe better, but Douglas Lima, this dude is an absolute animal. Goodness, you guys, the fires are really destroying the pot farms in Snohomish County. Damn. The wineries are acting like a fire break, though. Oh, sheet. Keys to victory for Douglas Lima. Keep back off the cage and canvas. Control the center of the cage. All the best pot is grown in Mendocino and Humboldt County. Well, yeah, I don't know that those are completely safe either. Good old basketball sounds fun to me. All right, if you're not joined there, and one more spot left. And we'll be full. Billy can schedule our draft for us. All right, guys. It is time. The winner of this, of course, will not only be the winner of the Welterweight Grand Tournament. They get 3 things. The winner of the Grand Prix. They get that trophy. They'll be the welterweight champion at the end of the night, which Rory is now. Plus, they get $1 million. What's up, Stefano Cabrera? Who's winning? Rory's making his way down to the cage right now. The fight has not started, so good timing. Oh, Diaz did very good, man. Is Douglas better than Diego? Probably, yeah. It's pretty damn good. Lima, 100%, says CJ. I live in Stevens Pass. Yeah, I live in Washington. I'm just north of you then. I'm in north of Seattle, like Lake Stevens, Snohomish area. 67 people watching. Everybody, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Please hit that subscribe button. I have a hard goal to make 6,000 subscribers by the end of this year, so I would appreciate your support on that. And then if you ring that bell, you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video or go live like next Saturday for UFC 244, Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz. Sonoma area is what's on fire right now. Man, that sucks, man. I hope they get that under control. There's been so many fires every year in California. I had a lot of family in the Redding area literally running for their lives. They had, last year, around a year ago, there was several people that lost their lives in Redding, including the neighbors of some friends of our family. Rory Macdonald, keys to victory, press forward to take away low kick, take him down, and use elbows. Haven't heard of any fires in Mendo or Humboldt, but right now, guys, our bill is getting damaged. The wine country, which is decent. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I hope those guys are okay. Rory Macdonald, 21-5-1. Douglas Lima, 31-7. Lima, 1 year older at 31. 1 inch taller at 6'1". But Rory will have an 1.5 inch reach advantage, 76 inches. They both weighed in just under the 170-pound welterweight limit. 21-5-1 for Roy, 31-7 for Diego Lima. I'm gonna say Douglas Lima gets it done. knockout in the 3rd round. Taking Douglas Lima down is not a piece of cake. He's going to check those leg kicks. Agreed. Who will be called out by the winner of... I don't know who they're going to call. Maybe Connor. If Nate wins, I imagine he wants that 3rd fight with Connor because that's a big money fight. Harvest some timber to reduce fuel load. Oh, for sure, man. All right, out of the blue corner. Weighing in at 169 3/4 pounds. Notable wins: Michael Page, Paul Daley, Lorenz Larkin, Andre Korshkov, Ben Saunders, Rick Hahn. Out of Atlanta, Georgia, 31 with an MMA record of 31-7, Douglas Lima. And his opponent across the cage in the red corner. He has an MMA record of 21-5. Notable wins: Douglas Lima, Nate Diaz, Mike Pyle, Tyron Woodley, Neiman Gracie, Damian Maia, BJ Penn. He is the reigning, defending Bellator welterweight champion, Rory the Red King Macdonald. And let's see if they touch gloves. They do. Remember, these two have fought once already. Rory won unanimous decision. That's when he won his title. If the fight is awesome, I want to see a rematch between Diaz and Masvidal. Oh, for sure, man. All right, they touch gloves, and here we go. And then the Conor rematch. All right, Rory moving forward. Both guys meet in the center of the cage. Both guys incredible strikers. Rory would like to take this to the ground, though. He has very good wrestling. Lima has very good takedown defense, though. And Lima, heavy hands. Of course, he gave Michael Venom Page the first loss of his career during this tournament with a brutal knockout. And Lima moving forward, stalking Rory here. Rory kind of feigning, straight left lands for Lima. And Lima being patient, not wanting to make a mistake, not wanting to get taken down here by Rory. Low leg kick lands for Lima. And he has some brutal leg kicks. Rory looking very tentative to start off this fight. What's up here for this pay-per-view fight? Masvidal versus Diaz. That will be awesome. What's up, Hater89? No, this one is on DAZN. Oh, nice body kick there from Douglas Lima. This guy has some incredible kicks. And Rory Macdonald backing up into the cage. Rory still completely tentative. Nothing yet. He hasn't thrown anything yet. Lima lands a left hand. And there's a left hook over the top from Rory, right as I say that. And a front kick to the body from the Red King. Rory looking to line up that right hand and then maybe go for a takedown. Front kick to the body lands again for Lima. Rory on the bicycle here. Straight left from Lima. Left hook for Rory. Misses. Lima lands the left. 1-2 now lands for Rory Macdonald. Now Diaz is back in. We'll talk about this after. Oh, and this fight is just pay-per-view worthy. Yeah, it's a great matchup, man. Lima stalking Macdonald. Remember, this is a 5-round fight. So fighters pacing themselves a little bit. A few boos out of the crowd here. They got to get this, though. Macdonald ducks under a left hook from Lima. Tries for the takedown. Lima doing a good job of defending that. Roy still with a body lock up against the fence. But Diaz been back in for almost a day. Oh, jeez. That's hilarious. Days Hip Hop Diaz is back in. Yeah, apparently... yeah, we'll talk about it after this fight, but it's been a wild road. 81 people watching as Rory pushes Lima up against the fence. Make sure and hit that thumbs up button for me, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure and ring that bell so you're notified whenever I drop a new video or go live like next week for UFC 244, Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal, where we'll be giving away a $50 gift card just for getting the right pick. Roy trying to not take damage in the first few rounds. Yeah, for sure. I can. Thank you, Pete. The Red King with the body lock, pushing Lima up against the fence here, land a couple right hooks to the body. By far the best fight Bellator has to offer. Oh, and sweep there for Rory, but Lima doing a good job of not going completely down. And now Lima has the body lock, pushing Rory up against... Oh, Rory easily slips down and gets underhooks. And this one, great defense there by Lima. I thought Rory was going to take him down again. And Diego Lima has had very good takedown defense. And Lima looking up to the clock now, trying to see where we are at in this round. Haterade 9, of course, the winner of last season's trivia champion. What's up, Third Eye Trader? How you doing, my friend? Get all my sweet clothes at DJ's. All right, guys, and in between rounds, it's like a camera. They're going to go into the corner of the Red King, Rory Macdonald. 90 people watching. You guys are freaking awesome. Make sure you hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe so you're notified when we go live for UFC 244. MMA with Friends, the home of UFC 224. Nate Masvidal, Nate Diaz. I can't believe I just said Nate Masvidal. Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. Oh, Dollar General, I got you. Crowd not happy. Can't. Well, it was one round though, man. That's the thing. They gotta realize that this is a 5-round fight. 50 Cent, they're in the crowd. He will be handing out the $1 million, I believe, to the winner tonight and a trophy. All right, back in the center of the cage, Rory Macdonald and Douglas Lima. Let's see if we get some more action going in this second round. Rory already showing a lot of movement up top. A lot of feints here. And Douglas Lima, I'm guessing, is going to go right back to those leg kicks. Punish that front leg of Rory. Oh, big left hook for Rory. Barely misses. He about took Diego's head off. And a front kick to the face from Rory. But Lima blocks that one. Straight right lands for Rory. Big leg kick from Lima. The outside leg kick now. And you can see some swelling on the calf of Rory Macdonald already. Left hook to the body lands for Lima. I like it. Masvidal Diaz or Diaz doll? Diaz a doll. The whole thing, Nate Diaz thing was a work. I don't know the taker. It's weird, though. Oh, it's a great night of fights, Nightmare 1988. Inside leg kick lands for Lima. Remember, the winner will leave the winner of the welterweight Grand Prix tournament with $1 million in the Bellator welterweight champion. Left hand lands for Diego Lima, or Douglas Lima. Left hook up top. Rory blocks that one. Brutal leg kick there from Lima, though, and he lands a left hand to the body. Some feints there from Rory. 1-2 throws from Rory, but doesn't get through. The jab maybe touched Lima a little there. Straight right lands for Rory. Rory's got to be busier, though. Front kick there from Douglas. A left hook there from Lima. Rory blocks that one. Oh, nice body kick there from Lima. Don't trust any big bonuses. Roy should have more confidence with the stand-up. Yeah, he's not real confident, feigning the jabs there, but because Lima's got great takedown defense. Oh, and Rory ducks under a left hook there and clinches. Going for the takedown. Lima able to stop it so far here. Lima clinching up, looking very comfortable up against the fence. Look for Rory to turn his hips to the right here, though, and go for a judo throw. Either an Uchimata or a Tayatoshi here. Nice knee to the thigh inside there from Lima. Right hook lands for Rory. Back to the center of the cage. I think Lima's winning the fight. Seems like it. Seems like Rory has lost his killer instinct. And Lima continuing to move forward here. And Rory just not able to find the mark tonight when he has thrown shots. They've been blocked or Lima's dodged out of the way. Straight right there for Lima. Lima setting Macdonald up. Left hook and a right hand lands for Douglas Lima. And he has Rory Macdonald on the bicycle. And the odds makers maybe knew something as well. Even though Rory took the first fight, they had Lima somewhat of a heavy-handed favorite. Opening about 170. I think closed about minus 160. Left hook lands for Rory. Except for Ben Askren, who beat him, is no longer in the top 15. No, he is not. Oh, big right hook lands for Lima. And Rory took it. Rory can take a lot of punishment. Think about those wars he had against Robbie Lawler. Left hand from Lima snaps Rory's head back. And we could be looking at a new champion tonight. With the second round winding down, if Rory doesn't do something dramatic here. Nice low leg kick there for Lima. I'm going to have this 2-0 for Lima. Whoa, and Lima goes for the overhand right, big and misses. Spinning heel kick thrown from Rory at the bell, but cannot land. Rory should have stayed in the UFC. Can't believe Lima is throwing mad leg kicks. They were sure effective in the first fight, for sure. Well, pretty hard to call around, Pete.
Hey, Dad.
Did you get it?
Get murdered. Yep.
All right. Well, good job on not getting murdered.
Yep.
And let's check out your guitar.
Pretty good. Austin's downstairs with the guitar in the other room.
Oh, sweet. You got you got a guitar and a bass.
Guitar and a bass and an amp. The amp's
Sweet.
actually really cool. It has like some cool effects on it. You gotta play around with it later.
I will. I'll check it out.
When does the card end?
This is the main event right now, so not
Okay.
a whole lot longer yet.
Okay, well, we're downstairs. Just wanted to let you know.
All right. Making deals, huh?
Yep. Yeah, the guy was actually pretty nice, even though he lived in like kind of a creepy road.
Oh.
Well, there was just like a lot of trees.
Well, good thing Austin went with you, yeah.
Yeah, there was just like a lot of trees, and I was like, ooh, spooky. But the guy and his wife were there, and they were really nice. So.
Nice. All right, here we go. Round 3, actually. Tell her to play Seek and Destroy. That might be a little while. She's getting good quickly, though, because she's a classically trained musician, so being that she can read music, that's really helpful. Oh, and Rory shoots for the takedown. Lima punishes him with a knee there. Rory cannot take Lima down here. Straight left and a body kick from the Red King. Rory trying to step it up here. He definitely needs to. Assuming these would be 10-9 rounds, which you can't really assume that, but Rory would need to win all three. Left hook lands for Lima. And Douglas Lima moving forward, the aggressor. Rory has not been able to counter, though. He's not been playing the good dance partner. He's just been running. There's a 1-2 from Rory and a straight left. Now the Red King swings. Straight left from Lima snaps Rory's head back. And Lima circling, moving forward. Rory shoots for the takedown. Lima trying very hard to stay up, but Rory's still got that leg. He's driving hard. And great defense from Douglas Lima, and that's got to really hurt the confidence of Rory Macdonald. He drove with everything to try to get that takedown, and Lima just stuffed it. Rory isn't setting up the takedown. No, he's not. Like I said before, it's that right hand and then go for the takedown in the past. Oh, Jesus, Pete. I heard her. I sent her with a family friend. I didn't send her over there by herself. I sent her. A guy went with her. I wouldn't send my daughter alone to some creepy house. All right, and they break in the center of the cage after a right hand from Lima. Straight left snaps Rory's head back again. Lima's been very accurate with the left hand tonight, and halfway through the third round, Rory Macdonald, the champion, I think is burying himself. Straight left again, lands for Lima. And Douglas Lima having a great fight here. Throws a right hand. Rory ducks underneath. Cannot get the takedown again. Big elbow in the clinch there from Rory, though. Rory goes for the head kick. Cannot connect. Front face kick there from Rory. Oh, nice left hook to the body there from Macdonald, though. I think Lima's won by decision 50-45. Rory game over, says Waden. All right, 94 people watching. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Please make sure and hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying hard to get up to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Big goal here at Fights of Friends. And make sure you ring the bell so you're notified when I go live for UFC 244. Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. And Lima just doing enough to dominate every round here so far. Front kick to the body lands for Lima and a low leg kick. And excuse me, the Red King having a hard time pulling the trigger here. Oh, big shots from Lima. 1-2. Rory goes for a high axe kick, but not able to connect. Left hook from Rory. Lima blocks it. Lima just shutting down everything Rory throws at him tonight. Oh, and a big left hand and a right for Lima. Can he finish Rory here in the third? Several people called the third, including myself. Rory has chance. Rory shoots for another takedown, and Lima with another beautiful sprawl and a big leg kick. Rory moving forward desperately now, throwing shots, but Lima countering him coming in. 1-2 misses for Rory. Great defense, great offense, great takedown defense from Douglas Lima. Oh, left uppercut lands for Rory towards the bell. But I think too little, too late for Rory Macdonald. And through 3 rounds, I have this fight 30-27, the challenger, Douglas Lima. Palm face, I want to donate 100. Well, donate 100. Super chat's waiting for you, buddy. I would appreciate it. Think he always has a chance. Well, he always has a chance. Not going to happen this round, says Dickinson. It's going to take a kick. Still on autopilot. MMA, not... Thank you, Christopher Collins. I'm okay if people call it Fights to Friends. Like I've said in the past, the name change was... And I should be calling it MMA with Friends, you're right. But the name change was to behoove... the supervisors over there at YouTube. Because they were suppressing my search results. All right, round 4 coming up. And I don't know why. All right, we'll donate $200. And Rory Macdonald shoots, and Lima again with the takedown defense, and CJ Smith. Just thank you, Mike. Thank you, CJ. Appreciate it. 15's our donation again. CJ Smith been coming through with a lot of donations lately. Arcade Chaos. You guys are... big leg kick from Lima. And Rory's really starting to limp on that front leg now. It is very swollen. Big mistake fighting Lima in the pinnacle of his prime and physical peak. And you can't even pull the trigger anymore. I hear you, man. Just the KO to save Rory. Oh, yeah, his leg looks horrible, man. And yeah, Rory's leg just looks absolutely horrible. Oh, Lima winning big time so far, Rodney. What's up, Rodney War Eagle? Good to see you, my friend. 1-2 misses from Rory. Here in the 4th round through 3, I have it for the challenger, 30-27 Lima. So Rory's going to need some 10-8 rounds or a knockout, in my opinion. Front kick to the face lands for the Red King. Straight right lands for Lima. Oh, and Lima throws a little leg kick there. Rory, that was his best takedown attempt of the fight, but still can't get it. Left hand lands for Lima and a big leg kick. And another straight left from Lima. Another left hand from Lima. Douglas Lima said Rory will not take me down this fight. So far, he has not through 4 rounds. Yeah, he definitely has 3 rounds anymore. Yeah, I think Lima is winning big time. And remember, this is for the winner of the Grand Prix tournament. $1 million and the belt. Spinning back fist attempt for Rory, but falls short. Rory goes for another takedown, and Lima just about takes his head off. Oh, big leg kick. Rory tries to get up, and Lima kicks the legs out from underneath him. Big head kick lands for Lima. Lima just landed shin to chin to Rory, and luckily for Macdonald, he's got a crazy chin. That would have taken a lot of guys out, but he really tagged Rory with that. Absolutely dominant performance so far by Douglas Lima. Yep, whoever wins gets $1 million. Oh, the round 4 Dickinson. For some reason, OBS sometimes transposes things. So it transposed the round 4. I can't figure out why, but I couldn't fix it right now. So round 5 should be the right direction. Ultimate Fighter, wasn't Lima in that show? Was it him or Diego Lima, his brother? Not sure. Thank you, Mash Q. I plan on it. Nice knee to the body there from Lima. Knee to the body there from Rory and a knee to the thigh. Another good round for Douglas Lima. Another knee to the body for Lima. And the Red King throws another spinning back fist on the break, but misses. And Lima moving forward and stalking again. Watching in the shower mirror. I like it. The loser gets, well, if it's Rory, probably retired. I'm assuming. And these guys, they exchange leg kicks now. Round 4. Straight right lands for Rory. Rory fakes the takedown there. Starts shooting for it, but notice he's not going to get it. Rory goes for the head kick, but over the head of Lima. Superman punch attempt for Rory. Lima does a good job of blocking that. And through 4, I have it 40-36 for the challenger, Douglas Lima. No, this is Douglas Lima. His brother's Diego. There's 2 Limas. All right, guys. Round 5 coming up. The championship round. Can the Red King pull it off and keep his championship, or will there be a new champion crowned? Who wins the Grand Prix? Who gets the $1 million? And nothing like a little AC/DC they're playing in the background to pump these guys up. Should pump somebody up. One of these fighters. 113 people watching. Everybody, please hit that like button. Make sure and hit that subscribe button to help me get closer to that goal of 6,000 if you haven't already. Ring that bell so you're notified whenever I drop a new video. Or go live like next Saturday for UFC 244. Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. Big right uppercut from Lima. And Big John's scorecard is similar to mine. 3-1 for Lima. He gave Macdonald the first round. This is the welterweight World Grand Prix final. Good guy and a good fighter. Trained with Lima in Atlanta. That's awesome. A nice combination up top from Rory, but a left hand snaps Rory's head back again from Lima. Left lands for Macdonald. Both fighters much more aggressive in this round. Oh, and great trip. Rory finally kind of gets a takedown, and Lima transitions on top. Rory tries to grab a leg in there, but Lima rolls him on the takedown there, and Diego Lima in the open guard of Rory Macdonald. Couple of big shots here from Lima up against the fence, and Lima's just been beating Rory at every facet of the game. Lima and Rory are top 5 UFC welter. I'm not so sure that Rory is anymore, though. A nice left hand in the guard here from Lima, and Rory's bleeding all over the place. I mean, that's nothing new from Rory. I can't think of too many fights he's gotten in where he's not bleeding places. Lima is top 5. Rory, I don't think so. I agree, Stefano. Yes. Oh, nice shots to the body here in the ground and pound from Douglas Lima. Oh, Rory going for an armbar, and Lima picks him up and slams him, but that arm's still stuck in there. Diego's got to be very careful. Rory trying to roll him. He's got a high guard here. Oh, and Lima turns him around and gets the back, landing big ground and pound for Diego Lima, and now Rory covering up. Big hammer fists and right hooks from Lima. And the Red King making this cage floor red with his blood everywhere. All over him, all over Douglas Lima. And Lima on top in a kind of a strange position here, but definitely the superior position here. Nice hammer fist there from Lima. And, big ground and pound here from Lima. 2 right hooks and a hammer fist, and Rory's going to roll over onto his back. Trying to cinch up the guard here. Open guard now here for Rory. Diego working to the outside of the open guard of Rory now. And another hammer fist for Lima. Yes, Douglas Lima. Big right hand from Lima. Up kick lands for Rory. And Douglas is going to go down inside Rory's guard again. Lands a right hand. So he's going to try to show that he can play Rory's game. We'll see if this is smart or not. Lima, you need water. Okay. Rory's done. Lost it. Rory going for a submission here. But Lima rolling him and landing a big hammer fist. And Lima looking in his corner here. And Rory rolls him over. Douglas Lima's got to be careful here. Lima has now got a leg. He might go for a leg bar. Big left hand here from Rory. I wouldn't get too fancy on the ground with Rory Macdonald, though. Because this is the spot where he could take you out. I mean, he could take you out in a lot of places. But coming down to less than a minute left in this round. And Rory on top now, landing shots. But he's got to get loose and pull off some kind of submission or get a finish here. And Lima doing a good job of isolating him, pulling him in. And Rory throwing a lot of shots here. Most of these missing. Diego doing a great job of keeping out of the way. A few little ones come in. And they go the distance. And I believe we should have a new champion. 128 people watching. Please hit that like button if you like what I do here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me get closer to that goal of 6,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And make sure and ring that bell so you're notified when I go drop a new video or go live, like for UFC 224, Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal, where I give away a $50 Amazon gift card for the best pick on the main event. Rory beats every UFC welterweight except Usman. You think Rory beats him now? Maybe Lima. I think that I agree with you there, Cubera. That dude has been taking a beating how many times? Eventually just don't have it anymore. Well, John Fitch, I thought beat him as well. What's up, Wyatt? What's going on, man? Did you have to work again? Crappy work, man. We got to figure out how to get rid of those jobs. Trick somebody else into working and making money for us. Rory has been beaten by Robbie twice. Yeah. He took some damage in those days. Christopher says he picked Lima by decision. Good pick, Christopher. Well, we'll see. They're about to announce the decision right now. Thank you for coming in, Christopher Collins. What'd you think about Askren today? I thought he got killed. I thought he did not look good, and he's probably not a top 15 welterweight. Yeah, fight's over, Ginzo guy, but we're still awaiting the decision. Lima versus Usman is a toss-up, says Hader9. Wow. Saw some of his old interviews. Rory always seemed kind of hurt, angry at the world. He didn't feel like that anymore. Killer inside him is gone. Good point. He's got the married life. He's got his faith. His Christianity is very important to him. Here's the decision. Saldamato 49-46. And two judges see it 50-45 for your winner. And the new Bellator welterweight champion, Douglas Lima. The streamers come down. He gets the belt. He gets the trophy for winning the tournament and a big check for $1 million. And what is next for Douglas Lima? And 2 belts, and there's 50 Cent in the cage with him. Got that big $1 million check waiting for him. Got the names of Scott Coker and 50 Cent on there. Wow, thanks for coming in, Stefano. $1 million buckles. Everybody make sure and hit that thumbs up button if you like what I do. While we're here, and make sure you're subscribed and ring that bell, which means you're notified whenever I drop a new video or go live like next Saturday for UFC 244. Let's see what Lima says at for the interview here, though. I'm not sure who he calls out. Who is there in Bellator? Says, I want to thank God for this victory. Everyone in attendance, thank you so much. Douglas Lima, welterweight World Grand Prix winner, and now the welterweight champion. And $1 million richer. What's up, Pulse? And Big John asked him, what did you decide to change between this first fight with Rory? He said, heart. So maybe he didn't think, he said he learned so much from that first fight with Rory Macdonald. He's got to thank him for that. But Rory didn't seem to have the same heart this fight. As you see in the replay, Lima landed a big head kick. Rory just lost to me, the best welterweight in the world. How does he... Well, that is a good point. He is very good. Wish Lima would smash Dylan Dennis. I don't think they're going to let Dylan Dennis come in with him anytime soon. I am interested to see who he calls out, though. Man, I know I've been watching Rory from like the beginning. When GSP was first training him, saying he was going to be the next big thing. When he was going up through the ranks in Canada. And he says, congratulations. Let's see who he calls out if he does. And a shout out to his family in Spanish. No call outs, but there is your Bellator welterweight Grand Prix champion, welterweight world champion, and recipient of the first $1 million check from a Bellator tournament, Douglas Lima. I think Nate and Jorge beat Lima. Possibly. Roy would be a fool not to retire the moment he gets the mic handed to him. Dude has a ridiculous amount of punishment. Pete, me too. All right, let's see what Rory has to say. Then we're going to talk some updates on UFC 244. But I am very interested to see what Rory's going to have to say. See if he does, hang the gloves up. Do you guys think that he might retire? And Big John asked him, what did this feel like going in there against Douglas Lima for a second time? He says it was an honor. He said he didn't put the pressure on the way he should have. And doesn't sound like he's thinking about hanging up tonight. He says he's honored to be here, not going to hang his head on this. So he lost to a great fighter, and I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to Rory Macdonald coming into this. I know, that I kind of said, he was surprising me. He wasn't the same Rory he was, but he defended that belt every single round of this tournament. People were gunning for the champion. Every single one of those fights was a title defense. As far as I know, nobody's ever done that before in any major organization. Oh, we doing any football games? It'd take a while to guess. I'm going to do the Seahawks game. I don't know that I'm going to end up doing any games tomorrow. I gotta see what the family wants to do. The son and wife are out of town, so it's just me and the daughter. So I think I might go hang out with her, go to a movie or something. Unless she ends up with plans. Notre Dame got beat badly by Michigan tonight. Oh, it's a big upset. Of course, Notre Dame is often overranked. They whipped them like they stole the dinner. Way to show up, Rory. What's up, Mark Rowe? Good to see you, buddy. All right, let's talk some UFC 244. Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. What a crazy, wild ride we have had already. For the BMF belt. Coming up next Saturday, of course, I want to know what your guys' opinion is. They came out, of course, Nate said he was off of the card, said the UFC and USADA had said that he tested positive, and then he was like, you guys need to figure this out right now or I'm not showing. You're not going to have me show up and then embarrass me after the fight and say, hey, make me come out and say, hey, I failed this drug test. No, we're going to figure this out now or I'm not fighting. And basically what happened is Nate Diaz rewrote the rules for USADA. For those of you that maybe didn't see it. Can't wait for a bet. Oh, that main card is amazing. And we should look at that whole card. But Nate Diaz just rewrote the rules for USADA. If you watched my video, I went through all the papers of how the UFC and USADA laid it out. And they are no longer going to pop fighters for minuscule amounts that make no difference in performance. And I'm not sure that I'm just having a hard time grasping the initial story. I have a hard time trying to figure out why anyone would lie. But they're saying that, so the official cause, for those that didn't see it, said that Nate Diaz took some tainted vegan supplements. And that's why he had SARMs in his system. Levels were high. They were saying it was basically an estrogen blocker. And I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know. I mean, maybe your testing system is flawed if you're saying that these are some tainted vegan vitamins. I mean, come on. UFC be slipping with this USADA crap. Oh, Diaz is going to lose anyways. Nate's changing the game. Wyatt says he's going to lose anyways. I hope they make the BMF champ the real champ. Because in a chance in hell, Diaz can compete with Colby or Usman. All right. Hey, Wyatt, we should have a friendly wager on the fight, I think. Maybe people will suggest something. Anyone seen the bad belt design? No, it's supposed to be secret. Dana White says he's keeping it secret. They weaken the Diaz pulling for Jorge. It's a hard fight. Oh. Why would there be SARMs in a vegan supplement? Exactly. Come on. Why? Yeah. I have no idea why. They're so bad they need roids in them. That's true. Tainted soy, says Mark. Just watch the Askren Maya fight. Askren did good. Not a fan, but still. I'm actually a big fan of Ben Askren as far as like his Twitter and his personality and everything. The guy entertains the hell out of me. I just haven't seen what I expected to see in the cage so far. Experiencer says, I have Diaz. All right, Wyatt, how about this? The loser has to eat a Carolina Reaper pepper online. On YouTube. One of those hot, it's like the hottest pepper in the world or something like that. One of the hottest peppers in the world. I will eat a Carolina Reaper on stream if you'll go for that bet. Think Masvidal will win, but you never know with the Diaz brothers. What's up, Sizzle? Says Askren is so sloppy. Yeah, he makes a lot of mistakes. Just because they're vegan doesn't mean you can't do... Well, it doesn't mean you can't do steroids, but they're saying that the vegan supplement was tainted. Just vegan vitamins. I think they're vegetarian-based vitamins. The vitamins I take are plant-based, because I think that probably is the best way to get your vitamins, except for it's hard to get the B12, which I take an extra supplement for that. But I also eat meat and, a lot of other crap. Good stuff and, not so good when I'm not disciplined. But Amazon is... who's owned by Amazon, Pete? Who's owned by Amazon? Oh, the vitamin company? Oh, I don't know. Carolina Reaper. UFC let Mighty Mouse go to Askren what the... Yeah, that's a crazy... That's not looking like such a good trade now. I do Wyatt. I think he's a funny guy. I think he should run a podcast. I think he should commentate. I just don't think he's a top 10 fighter. Thank you, Nathan Greer. Anti-nutrients, Marco. Oh, listen, dudes. The vitamins are made in factories that make other vitamins. Then you get a lazy Puerto Rican like me working there. Now, Jesus, don't go with the belts. Oh, God, Pete. Next thing you know, vitamins have some other S in them. I mean, it's definitely possible. There's been a lot of things, a lot of people have proven, the UFC has proven that a lot of tainted supplements have came out of Mexico. That's why there's this, Mexican supplements jokes. That's a real thing. They just found a bunch of factories over there that had tainted supplements. And then creatine is often ends up in the same belts and the same barrels as cocaine, which makes me think if I'm taking creatine, I'm being pretty frickin' picky about it because I don't want coke dealers cutting my creatine. Sorry, no thank you. Askren and Maya should have both retired today. Would have been a good way to go out. Definitely would have been a good way for Maya. I think when you're that old and you get a big win, walk away. Because guys get that big win and then they think, oh, I'm going to keep going. Because I'm doing well. I can fight for a title. I can still beat some people out there. And then, they get a loss and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to go out that way. And then you end up, with fighters never retiring. Staying in it way too long. Joe Lozon just came back after a 1.5 year rest. Got a big win, and I thought he should have retired after that. Dana actually said that he promised him he would retire, but Maya wants to fight Jorge. What? Damian Maya says he wants to fight Jorge Masvidal or George. Oh, like George St. Pierre? That would be a horrible fight as well. Tucker says, Bisbing's best MMA podcast going. He's very good, man. He does a very good job. I think he's very entertaining. One of the best MMA podcasts for sure. Masvidal says he wants to run it back against Maia. Really? Agreed, Toker, says Pete. Well, I mean, that's kind of an odd one. Toker, what about the CTE retards and the kid? Oh, that's a horrible podcast. Oh, Jorge. Okay, I got you. Yeah. I don't know why Jorge would want to do that. It doesn't seem like he has anything to gain. If he wins, I mean, he's pretty much got the winner of Usman and Covington. You really think the UFC is going to argue with him? I mean, if he beats Nate Diaz, he is without a doubt the hottest fighter in the UFC right now. He might be already. How do you think Till will do at 185? He's huge, man. I don't know. It depends on how his chin is now, but man, that guy put on some massive weight. Depends on if he can take a shot or not. And I always underestimate Kelvin Gastelum. He always ends up surprising me. But, I mean, this is a tough draw for Darren Till. But it's a lot of risk, but it could be a lot of reward. Because if he gets a victory against Kelvin Gastelum, he is right in the title talk in another division. And, I mean, coming off 2 losses, that's pretty damn big. Sick that he chose Gastelum for the first fight. But he will be great. I don't think he chose him. I think the UFC did. Brendan Schaub, the GOAT. Oh, jeez. Oh, that is great. That was the first... I saw the first live TFATK show in LA when Schaub didn't do stand-up yet. I still didn't think he did stand-up. I thought he attempted it, but I heard it didn't go so well. Like Kellen, but not Schaub's. J. Dig. Yeah, I got nothing against Schaub. I just don't enjoy listening to him talk. I don't enjoy listening to him do a podcast. Till walks at 2:15. I watch videos, John Dickinson, of the cut that Darren Till was doing before, the one that he did for Woodley and for other guys, and it was so brutal. I mean, he really did look like he was about to die. And they're pushing him to hit those pads in the plastics. I don't know how many of you have ever worn plastics, but I have. Not that long ago. And, I mean, it feels like a demon is trying to just, like, pick you up. And like you're like a sponge and a demon's just sucking the water out of you. It's painful. It's literally painful how it feels when it's pulling the water out of you. I mean, it feels like death. It's way worse than a sauna. No, you couldn't pay me to go. I'm tripping on what? It's been doing stand-up for 3 years now. I'm just it's jokes, Pete, jokes. I'm just saying I don't think Schaub's the greatest. It's fun to diss on him. So far, middleweights who go up have been getting KO'd. That is true. So I think Sosa might be the victim of this. Or Sosa could be. Mark Rowe, I wear skinny jeans. Oh, Jesus. What are we doing now, Ordinary Pete? Come on. Let's not go there. Last time you did that, you know what happened. We don't want to revisit that. Schaub's comedy is okay. He's still green. It's jokes, J Diggs. I didn't even see his comedy special. So honestly, I was joking about it, but honestly, I can't even comment because I haven't watched it. Don't like his stand-up. So the thing is, Till should have started at middleweight when he came to the UFC. Oh, definitely. I agree with that totally. Did you like Brendan's You'd Be Surprised? Oh, like I said, I haven't watched it. You put it in the comments, P. What are you talking about? Food Truck Diaries. I haven't seen that either. That sounds pretty good, though. I think I'm going to have to check that out. All right, guys. I think we're close to wrapping it up here. But remember, next Saturday, UFC 224, Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. Actually, no C. Pete's comments. Weird. Okay. Huh. I'm not sure why that is. Make sure you don't have Pete blocked or something. I'll have to check that out, Pete, see what in the world's going on with that. Real quick, let's put up the card for UFC 224, though, actually. Or 244, excuse me. Such a great card. So this is the main card. You got Kevin Lee taking on Gregor Gillespie. That's a crazy fight. That's not a smart fight if you ask me. Let's see if... Oh, well, let's go to the prelims first. Early prelims, you got Chance Rencontor versus Lyman Good. That's a decent fight. Nothing really... And then Andrei Arlovsky versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. That's on the early prelims. That's how damn good this card is. Regular prelims, you got Brad Tavares versus Edmund Sharonboyskin. Shane Burgos versus Makwan Amirkhani. And then Corey Anderson, great wrestler, takes on the powerhouse Johnny Walker. And then this main card is just fire. Kevin Lee versus Gregor Gillespie. Derek Lewis returns against Blagoy Ivanov. The return of the Wonder Boy, Stephen Thompson. He's taking on the violent Vicente Luque. Darren Till makes his middleweight debut against Kelvin Gastelum in the co-main event. And then the main event for the BMF belt, Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz at welterweight. That should be an incredible fight. And if it lives up to the hype, hopefully one of the best fights of the year. If not the best fight of the year. All right, have a good night, Pete. It's a wrap up until UFC 224. Thanks. Paulo will be exposed by Izzy. He ain't that good. Oh, we'll see. I think it might be a bad matchup for Izzy. We'll see, though. All right, we're going back down. I don't think Izzy is that good either. All right, thank you, Hawk. I hope to see you then. Poor Wonder Boy. That's CJ. Wonder Boy gonna toast him. Yeah, I got Wonder Boy now. I had Stephen Thompson. Cannot wait for 255. Wonder Boy has fizzled out, in my opinion, says Billy. Well, there's only one fight. I can't really think of... Can you point to anything else? Oh, watching the Oregon game. Nice. UFC 244, one of the best cards ever. Absolutely stacked, guys. All right, don't forget that I'm giving away a $50 Amazon gift card with that, and you can earn even more if you get your picks correct. So, if before the fights you retweet my top tweet on Twitter, I'm at FightsWFriends on Twitter. Follow me and retweet that tweet. If you get the correct pick, the closest pick, you'll get 10% added on to that. And then if you go on Facebook and share my post, share the channel that we're doing the stream next Saturday for UFC 244, I'll give you another 10%, so 20% boost. And yes, check out Billy's fantasy basketball team. Just one spot left. What's up, Will of Levo? Douglas Lima won. Either 4 out of 5 rounds or all 5, depending on which judge. But he dominated. He is the new champion, the welterweight Grand Prix champion, and $1 million richer. Paulo weighed 214 against Romero. I didn't see that. All right, guys. Thank you very much for coming in. I'm going to go spend some time with the family. Going to put 100 on Walker, I think. Nice. That might not be a bad idea. Wyatt. But I'm going to go spend some time with the family and get some rest for tomorrow's work, guys. As always, I love you. I respect you. And I'll see your fine asses next Saturday for UFC 244, you bad motherfuckers.